Talk about this with you guys tonight. It has to be talked about. It's called depression. And it's not even called depression, it's depression. And the thing is, I've been there. I was there. I the best way to describe it is a hole right here. And you felt yourself sinking within it. And you didn't know what to do about it. And you tried as much as you can to get out of it, and you put on a good face for everybody else because you don't want people to be worried and upset about it, or upset for you or at you, because you don't know. You'll have to forgive me for this. I just feel that it needs to be talked about. We're going to talk about it more in the morning when I get up, but I just wanted to get this out of the way. This is going to be like a few-parter, I'm sure, but I just wanted to get my views on it now. This is my brother. Hey, thanks, Al. And he loved Robin Williams. He loved, like I said before, he loved what he brought to him. He loved that he wanted to make him laugh. That he knew that there's somebody out there who wanted to make him laugh. Not just because, to be funny. He just felt like Robin was making him laugh because he liked to see Elliot laugh. And that brought him joy. Back to depression. Like I said, I was there. I was there. I just was bombarded by situations after situation after situation. Eventually I'll get into it, but there are some things that don't need to be talked about, and there's some things that you guys kind of already know, like, my diagnosis and going through all that, and my diagnosis and my disease causes depression, which really freaking helps. But what I did was, I had to go through counseling, I had to go through meds, I had to go through journals and talking. But I had to go through it, and I went through it. I'm not saying people are still going through it. They've been through it for years, and people are still going to go through it for the rest of their lives. It takes time. And don't be ashamed about it. Sometimes depression, is a symptom. Sometimes depression comes with a disease. Sometimes depression is caused by something else. And like I said, I've been there. And I feel what he went through. I'll admit it. I've tried to commit suicide myself. I tried. But I was too afraid. After I heard about his death, I was honestly reminded, based on how I felt, and I'm sure his family feels, and I'm sure everybody feels, how people would feel if I was gone. How I would have left my family feeling if I was gone. How I would have left my family even if I had attempted and I survived. That little bit of moment, that moment where they were depressed, where they heard about me trying to do it, how it would have affected them. I imagine it now. I understand it now. And I sympathize with it, and I don't want to put people through that. But there's something you also need to understand. The people that are depressed, you can't understand. Sometimes you can't even begin to understand how you feel. Like I said, I felt like hole inside here. And it wasn't like love or marriage or anything. It was just a hole in here. And I kept falling deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And the more I felt I was falling deeper, the deeper my depression got, because I knew I couldn't get back out. And it did a number. And what got me out was just realizing what had caused it, what had started it, what was going in my head, what was realizing I wanted to get out. And I don't know what happened. I can't imagine what he was going through. So I'm just telling you what I know based on my experience. Depression is a very, very bad thing. And I promised myself I would never go there again. I can't. Even the slightest feeling of it, I go right to a journal and start writing it all out. I don't keep it in here. I let it out. I get it out. I write it down. I vlog to you guys. It's kind of my therapy as well. Mainly I write it out, especially my anger and my frustration. I write it in a journal that I was asked to keep. And once I get it out, it just feels like okay, I got that off my back kind of thing. That's my release. Find your own if you have depression. Figure it out. Don't do anything to harm yourself. Like, I know, the drugs and alcohol, if you don't need that. Because that only brings you to another problem. So I'm just saying, you don't want to put another problem on top of another problem, because it only sinks it down lower and deeper in here, and eventually you're going to go in there. So I'm just, honestly, find what you can to help you and get out of it and get help to just be able to smile again. That's what I've done. And when I decided, I changed my life. When I decided I was only going to do things that made me happy, that helped. That really, really helped. When I decided that I wasn't going to do any other jobs except an acting job, I put the last block on top of that hole. I covered that hole and I buried it deep. I found that whatever made me happy, I stuck to it, and I used that to, not only did I put the final block on it, I built a block, and I built like a bridge to go up higher and beyond. So I'll talk more about it in the morning, but I just wanted to get that out of the way. Good night. And Robin, God, I miss you. And I'm sorry. But keep everybody laughing up there. Keep it going.